are you going today?
Very well. I'm fine. Good.
Okay, nice. Okay, today we are going to continue to speak about professions, continue to speak about our topic about work and professions and different kinds of jobs and inventions. Well, now first of all, now let's make some warming up. Stand up. Warming up. It's time to think.
It's time to think.
It's time to speak.
It's time to speak.
It's time to show.
It's time to show.
Ready, steady, go.
Ready, steady, go.
And a little bit faster. Well, it's time to think.
It's time to think.
It's time to speak.
It's time to speak.
It's time to show.
It's time to show.
Ready, steady, go.
Ready, steady, go.
Okay, now thank you. Continue to study about our topic. And today we'll be trying to do such tasks about listening and speaking activities. Today we are going to revise our knowledge about some professions. Well, now try to understand. Well, now we are trying to guess what kind of job will we do today. We'll be discussing, we'll be doing some tasks, and we'll be trying to reflect what we have done. So now watch some learning objectives, what we are going to do today. Well, now understand some specific information. Yeah? You understand? And again, talk and modify language through any paraphrase and correction through different tasks of work. Right? Well, now the next. Some lesson objectives. What we are to do at the end. Well, now interact with peers on various work and professions. So it will be working in pairs. Yeah? And watch, read, analyze, and understand information in a visual presentation. Yes. And practice and do exercises on the topic. Today's work and inventions. And evaluate and comment on the views of others. So you try to evaluate different tasks you will do. Okay? So now how do you think? How do you think to do this task? What we are to make? What types of tasks we are to make? To do what kinds? What types of tasks? Yes, through listening to text, maybe through watching some material to get some information, yes, and through speaking activities, through doing some tasks such as reading and so on. Okay. So now let's listen, watch some video.
Investigating the world of work. There are lots of different types of personalities in the world, and the same is true in the world of work. Let's take a look at some common office personalities.
So how do you think? What accent will do today? Working with the topic about professions.
Speaking about professions.
Speaking about professions. And what personalities, yeah? Are involved through these professions, yes. And what different features of characters do we need, yes? Okay. Now, first of all, let's think over some following questions and share your ideas. Well, now first, could you name the best and most useful professions of the mankind in the 20th and 21st centuries? What are they?
Doctors.
Doctors, okay.
Teachers.
Teachers, of course. What else? The most useful, the best.
Economists.
Economists,
IT
right?
technologists.
Right. Right. Okay, thank you. On what professions are the most popular in the world, in your opinion?
Doctor and teachers.
Doctors and teachers, yeah, they are always in need, yes. Okay, the next question. Are there any jobs connected with modern technologies? How do you think?
Maybe engineers, maybe
Engineers, right.
IT.
shows. Right? What else? Any other ideas?
Informatic teachers.
What? Computer studies teachers,
Our
yes?
teachers use new technologies in school lessons.
Right, okay, thank you. The next question. Do you know any profession that cannot be only useful but inspiring and helping people to find themselves in life? Inspiring, вдохновляющий.
Maybe psychologists.
Psychologist, yes. What other professions? Any other ideas? Artist, right.
Singer.
Yes, right?
Dancer.
Dancers, yes, why not? And the last question. Are there such professions, do you know such professions, existing not only in everyday life, but in the world of amusement? Amusement? Развлечение. The sphere of amusement. Maybe they also can inspire us. Images, why? Not okay. Not actors, actresses. How do you think? Scriptwriters, yes. Right. What about writers? How do you think? Okay, thank you. Thank you. Now we'll be watching some video material. And tell me, please, do you like comic books?
Yes.
Yes, and why? How do you think? What is interesting in comic books?
Because it's very interesting.
And what is interesting there?
Because in their fantasy world, interesting plot.
Yes, an interesting law. The fantasy world is so fascinating. Yeah, very easy to read. Yes. Okay. And do you know such works, such masterpieces of Marvel Studio? Do you watch such films?
Sometimes.
So you know these Marvel films, yeah?
Yes.
Marvel films. Okay. And are you Marvel fans?
No.
Not really. Yes. Okay. And what Marvel heroes do you know? Because they are
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Iron Man, yes, right. Right. And do you know the author, the creator of these heroes, of these stories?
I don't remember.
Don't remember. You also got you? Do you know the creator? Somebody, yeah? Okay. Now we'll work with the material about him. Well, now, first of all, watch the video.
Spider-Man does whatever a spider can.
Superhuman speed,
Catches thieves just like flies.
jaw-dropping agility, genius-level intellect,
Radioactive blood. Can he swing?
and of course, those unique spidey senses.
There goes the Spider-Man.
The person we have to thank for Spider-Man's existence is this guy, American comic book writer, editor, and publisher Stan Lee. And Spider-Man's not the only hero Stan brought to life. Not by a long shot. He's also responsible for the Incredible Hulk, the X-Men, Thor, Iron Man, Black Panther, the Fantastic Four. The list goes on. Back in the 1930s and 40s, when these iconic characters were nothing more than a twinkle in young Stan's eye, it wasn't the big screens that captivated superhero fans. No, it was the golden age of comic books. In 1939, Stan began his career as an assistant with a very small publisher called Timely Comics.
He's kind of wanted to taught me how to read a little bit, you know. It's like one of the greatest of all time to father comic books.
Well, it's 95, but to us, he's a superhero. Fill it as long as he wanted to.
As do the celebs who've been lucky enough to play his characters on the big screen.
He was incredibly kind and generous and the most enthusiastic person that I'd ever met.
Ordinary people can do extraordinary things.
That is all. Now did you understand everything? How did you understand everything in the video?
Yes.
Yes, okay. What the story of this video? How many parts does it consist of? 3 parts. What are they? The story of Spider-Man, yes. The part about the author, the comic writer, and Stanley, yes, okay, and other opinions of different people, yes. They are speaking about him, yeah, about him. Okay, and now I'll send you the video material into your telephones, into your mobile phones, and I'll send you a transcript. Now you will listen once again, you will watch and listen the film once again and do the tasks. You may put on your headphones. Look. Okay. Now I send you the video material. Okay. So, yours now. So, while watching, you will do such tasks. You will match the vocabulary with the correct definition. Yeah? You will circle true or false for the sentences, and you will complete the sentences with words from the box. There are 3 tasks. Is it clear? Okay. Now, you may do modern technology.
Back in the 1930s and 40s, when these iconic characters were nothing more than
3.
If you find any new words, you may write down the video material, okay? So, girls, in the last class, do you understand all the words, the meaning of all the words? Ну, страшно, animated. Comic books, publisher, издатель, да? Extraordinary. Extraordinary. Необычный, да? Assistant. Ordinary. Обычный multimedia. If you have, if you find any new words, you may write down the video material, okay? Now let's try to evaluate your works. I'll give you the answers to these works, these tasks, and you may change your works, your answers, and your pair will evaluate, will check it out. Okay? Change the works. Oh, now we do it to Kata. Well, put down your names, not to forget, okay? Well, now you watch these after watching activities, the evaluation criteria. Look at the blackboard, look at the active. Well, if you get from 1 to 10 correct answers, you will get 3 mark, yes? If you get from 4 to 11, from 11 to 16 correct answers, you get a 4. And from 17 to 20, you get a 5. Check. girls? Finished?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Well, answer please. How many mistakes can you make? How many points? 18?
Correct. Answer.
Correct answer.
One mistake.
19, okay. Vika?
Children, kids, work. 12.
12. Answers are correct, okay. 4.
16.
16. What is the point? 4, right? Okay, yeah. How many? Okay, now I'll give you all the tasks. You need to make a little dialogue. One of you is a specialist and the other one is a boss of a company. The tasks are different, but you need to make groups. Around one group and you can turn off here, the other group. And your tasks. Okay, ready?
Yes.
Who wants to present your material? You're welcome. No, one of you is a boss for the company, and the other one is a specialist. Okay, you're welcome. So, we are to evaluate the girls using the same criteria, evaluation criteria. All about 6 points in total.
Hello, boss. Hello. I have one question for you. Boss, I want more experience, so I want to play first. How I propose to play first. How I propose to do this. Maybe you should play less,
Everyone does, but hey, want to do work.
Okay, sorry. I won't accept my work button. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.
Well, how do you evaluate the answers, the dialogue of the girls?
6 points because answer all the questions, use topic related vocabulary, and use correct verb form.
Use this, correct? Yes. Thank you. So, okay, you work nice today, girls, and let's go back to learning and lesson objectives. Have we done everything for today? Now, what have you learned from the lesson? What have you learned from the lesson?
About jobs, professions, and what kind of jobs will be actual
Nowadays,
and
in
maybe 1,000.
Oh, maybe 20, 30 years in the future, okay. And what activity was the most helpful for improving your English skills? How do you think? What activities were more useful, more helpful? Reading material, listening material, doing some tasks? Or maybe speaking?
We have a speaker because when we listen, work with text, we answer some question and our maybe
So this material
Our listening material made very interesting.
was very interesting, thank you. And your activities were very helpful, yes, so to understand the topic of our today's lesson. Okay. So how do you think, were the lesson objectives, learning objectives realistic? Now let's come back to them. Tell me please. Did you interact with peers on various work and professions? Yes.
Watch, read, analysis.
Yes, we did it.
Practice and do exercise on the topic. Yes.
Yes, we did.
it. And about and comment on the views of others.
Yes, you checked and evaluated, yes, the answers and gave different comments on the views of others. Okay, and for thank you for your work today. And how do you think? Was the learning atmosphere nice? Fine. What was it like?
When we watch the videos and speaking.
Speaking, okay. Was the atmosphere nice?
Yes, very nice. Maybe without in comic book, we know about Spider-Man, about his authors.
So did you remember his name? Yes, Stan Lee, yes, and in all the video material he made, he appeared himself, a little cameo, yeah? Cameo. Okay. Thank you for your work, and for the next lesson you will get such a home task. So you need to search for some information in the internet and make a presentation, PowerPoint presentation, about some interesting professions that made somebody famous. Just the same work as we did today, yeah? About Stan Lee. Maybe some person, his profession, which made him popular and famous all over the world. Is the task clear? Well, write down your home task, please. Write down your home task. Okay, girls. I wish you all the best. The lesson is over. Goodbye. Thank you for your work.
Thank you, teacher. Goodbye.